So welcome, I'm Charlotte Jessup. This is the Looking After Your Pennies YouTube channel, and I'm so excited to be talking to you today about Fiverr. It is a fantastic place for anybody to make money, and I genuinely believe that anybody can make money from this platform. So let me first tell you a little bit about how I got into Fiverr and what it has allowed me to achieve. If you don't know my story, my family and I made the decision to go traveling back in September 2019, and we quit our jobs, we packed up our house, and me, my husband, and our two small children, we went traveling around the world. And it was a dream that we'd had for a long time. We'd saved for it, we'd planned for it, and we wanted to go. Now, what we wanted to do while we was away was still bring in some income, and we were in the fortunate position where we were able to rent out our home, so that provided us with a small amount of income on the way. But I also set myself a personal goal to create £500 each month whilst I was travelling. Now, one of my strategies to do that was to step out into the world as a freelance writer. Now, I've been blogging for about 4 or 5 years at this point, and I'd built up some skills and abilities in writing. And I'd spoken to a few people who were also bloggers that had some sort of writing experience and have been attracting writing clients for a while. And their advice was to start by selling my services on Fiverr. Now, I put it off for a long time, and then there was this moment, and I think I was in Colombia in South America, and I decided that now was the time for me to create my Fiverr profile. I was prepared to put myself out there, and I wanted to see if it was a viable way for me to make some money. So I did it. I created my profile, and it was just a week or so later, when we were actually in Peru, when I got my first order. And I found myself in this position where I could call myself a freelance writer, a professional writer, and it felt fantastic. And the orders kept coming in, so I had more and more whilst we were traveling. Now, if we kind of fast forward to March 2020, and coronavirus landed, and we were forced back home. And actually, we were forced back home in a situation where we didn't have jobs, and the need to make money was increased. But what happened at the same time was that the demand for my services on Fiverr shot up, and it started going really, really well. And I'm now in the position where, despite only doing this on a very part-time basis, so I probably don't spend more than about an hour a week, maybe 2 hours on Fiverr at the most, and I am able to pay my bills and my mortgage and pretty much everything that my family needs in a month from the money that I make. So I am selling my writing services, but this doesn't mean that it cannot be applied to your skills and services. So the first thing I want you to think about is what you would want to sell. This is such an important part of being successful on Fiverr, is knowing what you want to sell and what you're able to offer the platform. Ultimately, Fiverr is an advert, a way of advertising your skills and services to other entrepreneurs or business owners or anybody else that's looking for a freelancer with your particular skills. So it's not best in the first instance to go out and start offering all sorts of things. Even if you're good at all sorts of things, pick one or two and focus on them and try and pick things that are similar, okay? Now, I've got a few resources that can help you with this, and I'll talk about those at the end. But finding what you want to sell is that first step. And I am passionate that everybody has that skill or service that they can market on Fiverr. And if you go on the platform, so if you go to Fiverr, so that's Fiverr.com, and I'll link it below. If you go to Fiverr.com and just have a look at what other people are selling, then you will see that there is such an eclectic mix of things available for everything from writers, logo designers, people who make jingles for adverts, right through to people who are doing celebrity impersonations. So everybody has something that they can offer on that platform. Once you've decided what you want to sell, the trick then is to get people to buy it. Now, there are lots of layers to this. You need to be confident in your skills and experience. So if you are starting out, and you might be starting out thinking, I'm not particularly good at this, or this is something new that I want to try, but you still will have skills and experiences you can use to boost your profile. So, I wasn't a qualified writer. I don't have a degree or any professional writing qualifications, but I do have 5 years of writing in the blogging world. I also have a master's degree where I had to write a dissertation. So all of this is writing experience that I have added to my profile to encourage buyers and people that are browsing on Fiverr to make them believe that I am good enough to fulfill the job that they are looking for me to do. So use those skills, use that experience, have a look more broadly at what you can do and put those things on your profile. So there are 2 main areas of Fiverr. So I've talked already about your profile. So this is kind of a more overarching view of your skills where you can tell people a bit more about your personal situation and your experience, and what you offer the platform. Secondary to that are gigs. So these are your advertising cards, and these are the things that people search for. So for example, I write blog posts. That's what I offer on Fiverr. So if people type in blog posts, that's how I will be found. So they will type blog posts, and somewhere down there they will find Charlotte Jessup and they will see my services. Now you have a choice about what these advertising cards or your gigs look like, but the amount of information on them is minimal. So the main things that you will see are a sentence that starts with "I will," followed by what you will do, and then the price of that gig. And there is a lot of work you can do around getting the pricing right so that people buy, and also making sure that that sentence is niched down. And this is such an important part. If you search for me on blog posts, I'm a fair way down the list. But if you search for me under eco-friendly living blog posts, I think I'm number 1 or 2 on that list, because I know how to get right to my audience. And that is what I want you to do, is to think carefully about how you might pinpoint exactly the sort of people that you want to buy your products. And if you go for a wide term, so let's say you go for "I will write your book," or "I will be a ghostwriter for your book," there are going to be so many people that are offering that service. However, if you went "I will ghostwrite for your crime fiction book," that's going to be a much smaller field, but it's also something that people that are looking for ghostwriters are going to type in. They want somebody who's going to be an expert in their particular field. So niching down is so important. So there is a lot of work that needs to be done around your profile and filling that with the correct information, and also getting your gigs right so that you reach your desired buyers. Now, one way you can get this information, this is what I did, was I spent a lot of time researching other people's gigs and profiles who were also offering similar services to those that I was looking to offer. And you can do all this research and make notes around what sort of pricing they're using, what kind of words they use, what sort of information they put in their gigs, and how that matches up with their profile. And there is so much that you can learn from going through that research experience, and that was exactly where I started. Now, if you think that you need another little leg up into the world of Fiverr, then I can help you out. Like I said, I have written a book about this and it is available on Amazon. It's called Create Your Fiverr Success Story, and I will link it below so you can find that easily. It gives you all the information you need about setting up your profiles and your gigs, and it also talks more about niching down, getting the pricing structure right, managing customers and dealing with their expectations, and also dealing with customer service issues that arise. You can get it on Kindle Unlimited, so you can get it there for free. You can download a copy, or you can get a printable copy that you can scribble all over and make notes on until you get your profile and your gigs set up perfectly. Alternatively, if you need some extra support around deciding what you sell, then I have a course on offer. It comes with a copy of the book and it includes a workbook to help you work through things around what you want to sell. It helps you draw out your experience and your skills so you can include those in your profile and your gigs. And it's a kind of a more complete package to get you set up to be successful on Fiverr. Like I said, I am making good money from Fiverr and I believe that you can too. So if you want to check out my book, or if you want to have a go on your own, then that is fine. But I am urging you to take that step and go and do it. The worst thing that can happen is nobody buys your stuff. You are not out of pocket. The best thing that can happen is that you are making good money from it. So I hope this has really helped you to learn how you can be successful with Fiverr. And if you have any questions, then please do reach out. My details are below, and I would love it if you could hit subscribe so you don't miss my future videos, and also drop a like and a comment below so that I can see that you are watching. Thank you so much for coming today, and I will see you in a future video.